Been fixing on that 15-inch main, stopping by the shop, checking on the guys. Brennan and Noah have been in here. Let's just see some of the progress. They've got all the deck plates off, chains. They've been cleaning with the wire wheel. You can see them down there. Any of the poly that needs replaced, they're replacing it. Gonna change the oil in gearboxes. Just giving it that summer service that we normally do right before we run everything. Well, that's a great update on shop progress. In a previous video, I had talked about an auger that we were doing the flighting on. I had the swing hopper inside and was welding flighting in it as well. Well, I've been up at the fixing the main. The guys have welded new flighting on. Let's see if I can get this to adjust. You can see right there. This is all new. Our swing away is set back on there and it's got new flighting. We're going to do a new chain on the front. The way to get the flighting, all of your drive system has to be taken off the front. It splits the auger. So you'll hold it up here, take these bolts out right there, and separate it. And then you'll run your piece of screw on. And that's when they do the welding. Looks good, guys. Looks good. Now let me show you one of our prized possessions. See her in all her glory. It's a Ford 9700. I believe it's a 1979. Purchased by my grandfather the year I was born. My baby seat was always in this tractor. It's got 13,500 original hours on it. We did split it and put a clutch in it. It was still in rotation. We pulled a 8-row 16 Kinze beam planter. So 20-foot beam planter, and we actually did 1,100 acres with this hooked to that planter. Its last year of running. Air conditioner couldn't be revamped. A lot of times we leave the doors open. We need to do some work in the cab. Just amazing the difference in modern tractors versus 1979 model. This particular tractor only had 3 remotes. We had to put some epoxy on the tank, kind of redo it. Just getting to the point where they don't really have everything for these. Grandpa always said PTO is one of the weak spots in them. 2 remotes. We had the duals, but they kind of snuck off on us. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. Okay, let's talk about the Hagie. We've been talking about the combine. Let's talk about the Hagie. Let me see if I can get adjusted here. Okay. We've got a 2019 Hagie STS-12. We sold our 2005 Hagie that was bought in 2010. We ran it 10 seasons and sold it actually through online. A gentleman called me and had seen it on Twitter and a couple of things. We started running tall corn. We were the first ones in the neighborhood, or one of the first. It wasn't very tall, but this one, made in 2019, has the tall corn package, which makes a big difference. I still remember day one running that. The machine sets up nice. We had Norak UC4. We discussed it in a previous video on the other sprayer, and it didn't work. I mentioned that I found online in the sales video they were talking about how telling Hagie customers or ex-Hagie customers that, hey, the new Norak UC7 works. 2017 and newer, the hydraulics have really tuned up. And I agree. This machine, the hydraulics, Deere hydraulics are really nice. Now, another thing that you want to watch, a lot of guys ask, well, what about a 2016? So I'll tell you the difference between a 2016 to a 17, and you can see it in the pictures. It's all about your final drives. If you look here, there's an indentation and some small bolts, and you can see the style. The old style were square. They squared off right there. These, don't quote me, but are maybe twice as heavy. They're a lot heavier. And they did that because all of us yahoos put floaters on these now. And while we didn't do 710s and should have, budget was kind of, well, the Hagie was the budget. Anyhow, they did give us a set of floats with this. When we got this machine, it had 500 hours. I believe we're at 1,600 now. We put about 300 to 350 hours a year. And by the time we 3-pass, anywhere around 12,000 acres or a little over has been done in a season pretty easy. The drones cover some, and then we've done some for neighbors, so it's quite a bit more than that, I guess. Have to think about it. Right now we've been doing fall apply, putting 2,4-D down. We do some fall apply, we do some cover crops. We do a little bit of everything, but we're predominantly no-till beans and strip-till corn. As we walk on in the barn, you're going to ask, why do we have Yellow Challengers 2013s? And I can tell you the answer to that. We've always liked the CVT transmission. We ran Massey tractors. We had an 8160 and 8120 is what actually got traded for one of these. We did a 2-for-1. But we have 3 of these. 2 were bought off farmers. 1 came from Randall Brothers. 1 has no suspended cab, no suspended front end. This one has suspended cab and suspended front end. That one's just suspended front end. Now these come in series from 645 to 685. These are 645s. Now, a 645, we've weighted it. We put the duals on. This one even has 38-inch rubber on the front, 50-inch on the back. So we're really outfitted nicely. Now, these, when you get them, for us, the def light's on. It's acting up. We've had to do some tuning to eliminate that issue. These are set at the 685D setting. So nothing that factory doesn't do. We were told by one of the factory reps at one of the shows to put 85-140 in place of 80W90 when we run the higher horsepower setting was the primary difference, and just having the weights. It's hooked to a 21-foot Case IH Speed Tiller 475. Now, we did a little bit of work with this in the fall. We're no-till guys. Oh, I don't know. We got some learning to do. Really like the disc overall. You can get it to dance the wings if you pull it at a high speed on pre-worked ground. It's almost like it needs to engage those with virgin ground to be able to pull the machine down. Don't know how to describe it, but anyway, I could get it to dance a little bit, and I'm sure that could be an issue. We're going to use it primarily. We have washes, some areas that need smoothed out, some fertilizer that needs incorporated. We do those type things with it. We have Cat 4 hitches for all our Challengers. This Challenger's hooked to the strip till in the spring. We hook our grain cart tractor, our Case IH 340 CVT, goes on this DB60, and that's our bean planing rig. 60 foot, 36 row 20. Our 645D with the cab suspension goes for my brother primarily. He plants the corn for the most part. Last year was his first year at this 4900. He really liked it. These planters like it, the 4900, it's electric drive. We had talked in a previous video. It was listed as hydraulic drive online, and it brought hydraulic drive price because we bought it. But I was a little bit skeptical from what I read online. Luckily, my brother has expertise in the electronics end of the ag GPS stuff. He can diagnose problems on it pretty fast. Well, if you can do that, these things are great. We've had a awesome stand. It's easy to clean out. It's got nice big hoppers. It has a little door where you can do individuals if you get a plug. I know our DB60. I'll show you. Kind of all over the place, but just had time to talk. So if we go up under here, if you plug right above these, you can't blow to your rows. You can't get seed. So you open this door. There is no way to stop this full hopper from draining. We found, and maybe some guys will chime in the comments of this video when I post it, that we take a hammer and actually have to smash some of the beans right there, and two guys kind of, force it on. We did drain it by putting our seed tender under right here. We did do that at one point. Had to. Issues we've had. We've had several. This was a used planter. All the iron was tired. We fixed that now. We've done the tails. Take a look right here. Put the bearing set up, welded these on. Did not do the RK kits. Slow or a little bit down on labor, so we just bought new arms from Deere. We had a few of these spokes that were bent. We fixed those. New disc openers, new inner outer scrapers. We did new coulters the year before. And we've got a set of 1 season old poly twisters on it that we had on a Kinze 3700 that was wrecked. So there's a little bit about what's in the barn. I won't spend a lot of time here right now. Let's go check on how pressure washer progress is going. We plan on getting our grain cart out today. We're like 50 degrees today, coming up on some warmer times. It's Friday. We plan on getting the grain cart out, getting the worst of it done. We used the forklift yesterday, scaffolding, got up on top of the combine really well. Our grain cart, as you can see, it's not bad. We try to clean at it. We've already took air to it, blew all the big stuff off the other day. We went through and did the service on it. Now we're just going to get it cleaned up, get it ready for storage. We use LibreCart for our scale system. That allows us to track all our bushels. It's easy to track the bushels right there. It also helps us with our crop insurance. So when we're having to file crop insurance claim or just simple reporting, you can go straight for the Lieber cart, get how many pounds are at each field to double check all your yield data. Just another set of data to back yourself up to know you're doing the right thing. Anything helps. So you just got done for now. We're getting ready to move the combine. I'll take you up here for a cold start. I love stepping in here. John Deere premium cab. This thing's nice. 2017, but it feels like a new one to me. So we're gonna reach down here, fire up. I've already got the yield monitor out, the 2630. Telling me I'm low on coolant, and we already know from what the problem we have. We've got to get that pip done. So we come over here, release our parking brake. Now we have a three settings for your throttle. You have low, mid, and then you're basically when you're working your high. We're going to see how good I am at backing out of here. He's saying, hey, your auger's out. That would have been, what do we say about that? That would have made for a bad day.